Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going after this new legendary troop, Smashed Mouth. Also, I'm going to show you 4 teams. 3 teams for the Tower of Doom. A low, a mid, and a high, right? And then a faction assault team. Actually, I might switch the order of that, but whatever. There's no certain order, but that's what I'm going to show you. Except for we're doing the legendary right now, live. That way you can get my reaction. The other 3 are going to be, like, I recorded some battles and I'm going to talk over them and whatnot. So, that's what you got. We're going after the legendary here. We may or may not get it. I don't know. We'll see. And, then I'll show you probably the faction assault team. And then I'll probably do the low, the mid, the high for the Tower of Doom. So, 4 teams. Hopefully you can get something out of this video. If nothing else, at least watch me rage at trying to get this legendary. So, let's get started. Smashed Mouth. New Goblin. PS4 going crazy over there. It'll probably be a little quieter in the later parts of the video, because they're pre-recorded. So, let's go to the chests. Let's go to event keys. Zhejian. You also can get High King Iron Gut out of here, so really good week to throw them. And let's do it. So I'm going to do 50 bulks. I'm not patient enough to do 1. We'll do 50 bulks though. I'm not going to do 200, because what if I get it on the first 50 bulk? So let's do 50 bulks of Zhejian event chests. I kind of want to get another High King Iron Gut as well, so hoping for the Smashed Mouth on this first 50 bulk, and then I'll be happy and we'll move along to the teams. But it would be nice to get a High King Iron Gut if it takes a while to get Smashed Mouth. So let's start. Ready? First one. Here we go. Goblin King, Queen, Grapple Pot. So we got 2 legendary troops. That's what I've been saying lately. That's really hard to get mythics out of event key chests, no matter what you've seen. There's 2 extremes. Like, I saw Tacet got it on his first try yesterday, but I've also seen Loot Wizards throw like 1,500 keys and not get it. So, Goblin King, some runic trait stones at least. So that was 2. Here's 3. We got it on our 3rd one. So 150 event keys is what it took for me. That's about right. That's about what I was expecting, hoping for, around that many. 14 red, green, Zhejian, Goblin, Giant. Ooh, he's a giant too. That's probably good. Titanic Cleave, deal 37 damage to an enemy and knock them to the back. Drain 7 mana from all enemies below them. Gain an extra turn. Kinda seems like a, seems like something. I don't know if it's Scion or, what's the dude? The blue knight. Divine or whatever. Mythic. Kinda like that. Broken Jaw, bleed and silence the first enemy when I deal skull damage. That's cool. So that's also kinda like, that Underworld troop. I think from Hall of Guardians, maybe? So he's like a mishmash of 3 different troops. Pretty cool though. When you punch somebody in the face, you bleed and silence them, and then when you use your spell, you can drain mana from everybody under the first troop, and then move the first troop to the back. So you're really messing with their team pretty good, and you get an extra turn. So pretty cool troop. I don't know if we'll be making teams in this video. Probably not. We'll probably save that for like Friday or something, because I just wanted to do the opening here. But there you go. There's the opening. So now I'm going to show, like I said, a faction assault team for today for the faction assault, which is All-Seeing Eye. And then we will go to the Tower of Doom and show 3 teams for that. See you in a sec. Alright, here we are in the faction assault team for All-Seeing Eye. I'm in a deep delve here just to show you that it works. It is the King Gobtruffle team. Are you seeing a pattern here? I'm sure you will throughout this whole video, actually. And they're not all the same teams, obviously. I made different teams for everything, so You're gonna have a King Gob Truffle for this, and then something different for the other 3 for the Tower of Doom. But you could use King Gob Truffle for Tower of Doom as well. So if you wanted to, you could use King Gob Truffle all week. But yeah, I got Forest Troll, King Gob Truffle, Doomed Glaive. Doomed Glaive, obviously fully tempered or whatever. That's where, this week, the Tower of Doom, the green Tower of Doom, this is where you get the weapon scrolls to level up your Doomed Glaive. So, very important to go to floor 26. Make sure you get to floor 26. Floor 25 is the last floor that gives you weapon scrolls. So as long as you make it to floor 26, then you got all the weapon scrolls you can possibly get. So make sure you do that. Always go to floor 26. That's where I go. That's where I stop. And I made it to like 20 yesterday in this video. Got my King Gob Truffle silver medaled. Probably not a great one to do, but I use it so much that I figured I would do that. But as you can see, we're on like, I think level 270 here, and he's, or 470, 470, 470, and it just won like that. So you can go as far as you want today with that team, I promise. 470, it's like 2 away from the highest you can go. So definitely be fine going to 110 or whatever you need to go to today just to get all the rewards. Here we are with our low team for the Tower of Doom, our low team. If you remember last week, we did this team for the World event, maybe? But it's Persistence, Lupine's Edge, and Persistence. Same team as last week. You're seeing a pattern, right? Guardians, King Gob Truffle, you know, that covers a lot of the game right now. The King Gob Truffle covers anything that's blue or green, usually, and then the Guardians can cover everything else, especially yellow and red. But yeah, you got to remember that the Guardians, you need to have them fully traded. You got to have that last trait, and the more Guardians you have, the better, because that last trait, and you get 4 to every skill every time you get an extra turn, and you can keep stacking it. Like if you get an extra turn, you get 12 to every stat. It'll still be your turn. You get another extra turn, you get 12 to every stat. It'll still be your turn. You get an extra turn, you get 12 to every stat. It's still your turn. You keep building the stats even if it's the same turn. So that's why it's good to have 3 of them, because you can do 12 to every stat instead of like 8 to every stat or 4 to every stat. Plus, the more you have, the more the Lupine's Edge does, the more mana, the more gems it spawns, so the better chance it'll get an extra turn. It's too bad that we don't have a Wargear class, because then it would do actually a good enough amount of gem spawn to actually get more extra turns like Finesse and Ferocity. But that's why it's not Finesse or Ferocity. It's not as good as those, because there is no Wargear class. So you can't make your hero Wargear, so you can't have 4 Wargear on a team, which is what you really need to make it work to the best of its abilities, like a Finesse or a Ferocity, where you can set your class to Strix, and you can set your class to Taurus. That way you have 4 of that typing, and then you get more out of the weapon and the troop. But somebody did bring up a good point that it takes arcane trait stones to fully trait these Guardians. Which was like, I kind of knew that, but I didn't really think about it because like it's a common troop, so I didn't think you would need arcane trait stones, which is like the highest trait stone. And they said you need like 30 of them. I didn't really look into it because I have all mine fully traded, so I can't really tell unless I maybe go look it up online. But that's something to keep in mind. You're going to need 30 green arcane trait stones. Just go find them in your inventory, click on them, it'll give you a place to go explore and farm for them. So really good thing you should be doing. Make sure you get those fully traded. And if you see that trait stone in the glory shop, also you could buy them there. This is the team from yesterday, so not much to say. It's Queen Beatrix. It's the King Gob Truffle team, except for with Queen Beatrix. This is the middle tier team. It worked really good for the early battles to go through them pretty quickly. You had to cast twice around floor 50, floor 5. Around floor 5, I had to start casting it twice, but it wasn't a big deal. Like, casting it twice takes like 5 seconds, and as you can see, we're on floor 8 right now. It's still going pretty fast. I mean, I'm sure there's other things that might be like a millisecond faster, but this is pretty fast, and it's a easier to get legendary. It's not a hard to get legendary. It's an underworld legendary. But as you can see, a theme here. It's Queen Beatrix, King Gobtruffle, Guardians. Those are troops you need to get, need to concentrate on, need to fully trait, need to do everything. Get them fully leveled, fully ascended, fully traded. Queen Beatrix, King Gobtruffle, all the guild guardians. You should be working on that right now. If you don't have the trait stone, go get the trait stone. Go farm it. Make it part of your Gems of War cardio. If you, for some reason, don't have persistence fully traded and you need that pure green arcane trait stone, go find it in your inventory, click on it. It'll give you a place to go to do explore. Just do explore all for your cardio. Do your dungeons, do your adventure board, do your event, and then after that, for your little bit of extra thing that you're going to do for yourself, do that. Farm yourself like 3 of them a day or something until you got them. You know, it'll take you 10 days, but at least you get it done, and then you have it done. And then the good thing about the Guardians is you only have to trait one of them, and then they're all traded. So you're using 3, and you get the benefit of using 3 fully traded troops, but you only have to fully trade it once to get the benefit of 3 of them. So, I mean, it is kind of, that was a good point that the person brought up, but I think you can do it. Just take your Rowan team to explore. You don't even have to do difficulty 12. And you could do like a low-level explore, and it just takes a amount of time. It's like getting a class weapon that's free class weapon, or getting a quest done and getting a free epic troop. You can get free epics, free class weapons, trait stones, fully trait stuff. You just it takes your time. It doesn't really take. It's not like gated by anything. It just is gated by time. So go get those trait stones. That's my main point in this video, I guess. Other than, hey, there's a theme to a lot of these teams. Mang, Mountain Crusher, Queen Beatrix, King Gobtruffle, the Guardians. And you're also going to see another one here in this deep, high-level team right here for other people. All I did was use my green Guild Wars team. So, Tower of Doom, I remembered once I was deep into it today, since it's been a while since we had Tower of Doom. I had remembered that sometimes I would use my Guild Wars team, because they make you use pure green. And the only other place where you do that, really, is in Guild Wars. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to try out my green Guild Wars team. And it worked. It worked pretty good. The Wild Queen's not the best scaling troop in the game, but it still, in my opinion, works pretty good. Fast enough, good enough. My hero was close to dying a couple times, but here we are deep, like level 20, tower, floor 20-ish right here. And, you know, it was getting close, but I was using Warden instead of Titan, so I was leveling a class. If I had changed my class to Titan, then I probably would have been fine. Or you can try to use Archer if you want it to go a little bit faster. Another thing about that persistence team that I showed earlier, it can devour too. If you didn't see, it probably devoured a few times while I was talking, but it devours too. It can't devour the Doom, but there's 3 other troops that it can devour. So that's pretty fun to use as well. But yeah, if you're a low-level player, I'd recommend the 3 persistence Lupine's Edge, which was available last week. Hopefully you got it. If you're a mid-tier player, I'd recommend King Gobtruffle or Queen Beatrix. And if you are a high-tier, high-level player, maybe use your green Guild Wars team. Other good troops are Lord of Slaughter, Ketris, the Bull, stuff like that. Green troops. Those are probably the best. I would say Ketris, Lord of Slaughter, the Wild Queen, stuff like that. your Guardians, Queen Beatrix, King Gobtruffle. Any of those will work for this Tower of Doom. I got almost to the end of it on the first day. And I was just like forcing my team to use different teams here. I probably would have stuck with actually probably the Guardian team probably. I probably never would have switched to this team here if I wasn't making a video. I probably would have just kept going with the Guardian team just because, you know, once I find something that works, I stick with it. Almost until it's like something else is so obvious that it's better that, you know. But if something's working and it's not taking a long time and it's working good, then why switch out of it? So that's what I do. But now this team is what I'm using, and I probably won't switch out of that because I'll make it to floor 26, and that's where you should make it to make sure you get all your weapon scrolls. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your guild. That helps a lot. Tell them to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for Pure Faction Ilithia, level 500, no potions. Peace.